Yesterday, I tried logging into my Google account. First, it wanted my password, then a verification code, then Face ID. At that point, I wasn't sure if I was checking Gmail or applying to become President of the United States. Anyway, welcome to Timeline Tower, the only place where history's greatest minds explain modern problems. If that sounds like your kind of chaos, subscribe. Oh, and I'm Gaius Julius Caesar, Roman general, conqueror of Gaul, and today, I'm here to explain why passwords are much older than your laptop. Most people think passwords were invented by computers. Wrong. They were invented because humans have always been terrible at trusting each other. Back in ancient Rome, we used a secret daily watchword called a tessera. Every night, soldiers guarding camps and city gates asked for it before letting anyone in. Correct watchword? Welcome. Wrong watchword? Let's just say our version of access denied came with a spear. The watchword changed every day to stop enemy spies from sneaking in. Its purpose was simple: keep enemies out, identify friendly soldiers, protect military camps. Only authorized people got access. Congratulations, you've just learned the first rule of cybersecurity about 2,000 years before Apple. Rome wasn't alone. Ancient Chinese armies, medieval kingdoms, the Ottomans, and later the British Army all used changing watchwords during military campaigns. Apparently, every civilization eventually realized maybe strangers shouldn't have unrestricted access. Even medieval castles required visitors to say a secret phrase before the gates opened at night. Today, your smart lock asks for a PIN. Back then, the castle just said, "Good luck sleeping outside." Passwords also spread to secret societies, religious groups, and political organizations. During the American Civil War and both World Wars, soldiers regularly used challenge and response passwords at checkpoints. Because if the enemy learned today's password, the entire mission could be at risk. Trust me, I once trusted Brutus. That didn't exactly end well. Fast forward to 1961. Researchers at MIT created the Compatible Time-Sharing System, CTSS, allowing multiple people to use the same computer. For the first time, users needed a way to protect their personal files, so MIT introduced usernames and passwords. Modern computer passwords were born. Ironically, one of the first password security incidents also happened at MIT. A researcher reportedly printed the password list because remembering them was inconvenient. Printed every password. Imagine buying the world's strongest safe, then taping the combination to the front. Technology has changed a lot since Rome. Human decisions? Not nearly enough. For a while, passwords were mostly used by governments, universities, and large organizations. Then came the internet. Suddenly, everyone needed passwords for email, online banking, shopping, work, social media, cloud storage. Humans went from remembering one password to forgetting 27. And that's when civilization collectively decided, you know what, let's make them all the same. People started using passwords like 123456, password, QWERTY, birthdays, pet names. Honestly, if I had invaded modern America instead of Gaul, I'd have conquered half the country with password 123. Hackers loved it. They guessed passwords, used dictionary attacks, sent phishing emails, or simply waited for companies to leak millions of accounts. Turns out the weakest part of cybersecurity is usually the human. As cybercrime exploded, companies finally realized perhaps storing everyone's password in plain text wasn't our greatest idea. So websites began hashing passwords. Instead of storing the actual password, they stored a scrambled cryptographic hash. Even if hackers stole the database, they couldn't immediately read the original passwords. Then, developers added something called salting, random data added before hashing to make password cracking much harder. When I first heard salting passwords, I thought Rome had invented a new seasoning. Apparently, it's less delicious, but much better for cybersecurity. People were also encouraged to create longer passwords, use random characters, avoid reusing passwords, and start using password managers. Because remembering 30 unique passwords is apparently a full-time job. Eventually, experts admitted an uncomfortable truth: passwords alone weren't enough. So they invented two-factor authentication, or 2FA. Now you need something you know, your password, and something you have or are. A text message, an authenticator app, a security key, your fingerprint, your face. Honestly, if Rome had Face ID, Brutus would have had a much harder time getting close to me. Today, banks, governments, and major tech companies strongly recommend 2FA. Because stealing a password is easy. Stealing someone's face creates paperwork. And now, the tech industry wants to eliminate passwords altogether. Their newest invention is the passkey. Instead of memorizing a secret, your device stores a private cryptographic key while the website keeps a public key. When you log in, your phone simply verifies it's really you using Face ID, your fingerprint, or your device PIN. The private key never leaves your device, which means phishing websites can't steal it and database breaches become much less useful. Apple, Google, Microsoft, they're all supporting passkeys now. Silicon Valley calls it revolutionary. Rome calls it, finally, humans are learning. The future of authentication may rely even less on passwords. Systems could recognize your typing pattern, your device, your location, or even how you naturally interact with your phone. Artificial intelligence may help detect fraud before you even notice it. So yes, passwords may eventually disappear, but the goal hasn't changed in over 2,000 years. Back then, a Roman guard stood at the gate asking, "What's today's watchword?" Today, your phone quietly asks, "Prove you're really you." Different technology, same problem. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to reset my Google password. Apparently, Veni Vidi Vici was already taken.